Good morning internet and welcome to my vlog. My name is Danny. In today's episode I'm off into work to do a little job anti-fouling a boat. I'll just stop in here and get this petrol, I think. Whether you can see that, but it's saying that I'm doing 59.2 miles per gallon at the moment, so I don't think it's too bad. It's not quite as good as the average that they quote at 64 point something, I think. But there you are. So that's 13 pounds, 8.19 litres. And fuel in this country at the moment is £1.58.7 per litre. Ridiculous amount of money. Absolutely ridiculous. So 13 quid to fill this thing up. Oh my word, I've got to give it a clean. I think that might be the next episode. Well, I haven't sat still lately. I've had time. Supposed to be semi-retired. They're cool, aren't they? See you later, chap. Have a good one. He was a friendly chap. Quite a nice little chat with him off camera. He was moaning about the price of fuel as well. Yeah, it would appear I'm always moaning about one thing or another. Potholes, price of fuel. Well, I'm not the moaning chap really, it just appears that I am. Anyway, I've got to stop off here. I need to get some bits and bobs from this chandlery. Some more paint. Where shall I park? By this Calagas sign, I think. That'll do me. Well, that's like 140 quid down the down the Khyber Pass. But boat paint is very, very expensive because it is reasonably high quality goo. These boat owners are quite pedantic about their bottoms. Well, you can sort of see why. If you've got a big power boat and it gets covered in barnacles and oh god blimey and who knows what, and your fuel bill's hundreds and hundreds of pounds an hour, or tens of pounds an hour. Getting 2 or 3 knots or even 5 knots knocked off your speed will lose you quite a lot of distance, thus using a lot more fuel. Excuse me. So you can see why they take great pride. They take great pride in their bottoms. Obviously yachtsmen, sailing boats, it's not quite so critical having a dirty bottom, from a financial point of view, because you're sailing so it's free, the wind is free. Well, it still is, I think, although I'm sure they'll put some tax on it eventually. So yeah, it's not quite so critical, but obviously if you're not a couple of knots off the boat speed and the boat only does 10 knots, it sort of means you don't get very far, so more time is wasted travelling from one destination to another. And obviously for some, time is money, so I can completely see why people fettle and what have you on their boats. I'll let him through, I think. He's not going to let me through, maybe he will. I was going to nip in here. I'm going to do that. Back on the road then. Cars parked everywhere. Cool, that's slippery. Yeah, I've got some new motorcycle boots coming, as I've worn the tread right off these. That was very kind of him. I never do that, but if he wants to cut inside the calming, road calming, then that's up to him, I suppose. What are you doing, chap? Dear, dear, dear. Whoa. Definitely windy. Right, I have arrived. So, where this anti-fouling job is. Where shall I park? Gotta go down there and get it off the mooring.
Crashing in, I'll be right here, had to listen to you say.
All we've got to do now is the patches where the strops were. And as you can see, we've used some special goo, stain remover on the waterline. It looks like the rest of the boat now, on the top sides anyway.